Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of FTB's Legend of the Eyes. In between episodes, we got the soul sand needed to make the light ring, and it is wonderful. It's so nice having a limitless light source to use. I think this episode we're going to focus on getting some food, and we might even go back into the dungeon that we found to try and find the eye. Believe it is, yeah, this one, an old eye, very rarely found in dungeons. So we'll go see, with a limitless light source, that should be a lot. That should allow us to stay down there for longer. And plus, we have our backpack now. Right now, I'm going around kind of exploring for some cows. We have some pigs in the area, and so we might use those instead. But I figured I'd look around. Got some bamboo over there, which I did see in the quest book in Tools of the Trade. There's a flute that can be used to summon a tamed horse. I don't know if that includes a saddle or not, but oh, hi there. Okay, so it does have a saddle. It's pretty cool. Seeing as it's a desert, I don't know how much food we're going to be finding here, but we can enjoy a nice little exploration for sure. Well, there's some cows. That's good news. Bad news is crossing water on horseback is probably certifiably the worst. But we got, is it 3 cows on the mini-map here? Nope, more like 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, good, there's cows even closer. And sheep, chickens, pigs. Quite successful. You have quite the little farm. As a reward for crafting the flute, the fluty flute, we get some horse feed, which gives speed 2 and jump boost. I wonder what the recipe is for that. Oh, that's not bad at all. So we're going to want to get a oak tree farm anyways, for apples, for golden apples, and now for this too. And then we're going to want, obviously now we're going to want some carrots or villager trading. So we'll definitely have to keep that as a item on our list. Okay, we're going to do some testing with these item pipes from Industrial Revolution. So if you had hoppers on each of these sides of a furnace, you would have the input, the fuel, and the output. So we're going to see what happens if we throw logs in there. Do they get funneled down? They don't. Okay. If we put coal here, doesn't move. Do we have a wrench from that mod? We do. Okay. Okay, so that disconnects it, and that reconnects it. So we can run them in right next to each other. I shift right click, it doesn't appear to do anything. Okay, so these item pipes require servos, which are real cheap to craft. I guess the retriever is a little bit more expensive, but the output servo, super cheap. And they push everything into a furnace like you would expect. So side, if it's a hopper, right, a side pushes it into the fuel, and the chest pushes it into the output. All right, so I think we have everything we need to get the basics set up here. Let's grab some chests just to be on the safe side. We might need to come back and make some more servos, but we should be able to lay it out here. So we're going to use it. So we're going to use this corner. I don't know what the range on these are. Baby. Yeah, he caught me on fire. So we're going to throw the chopper down first. Okay, so we can set the range. So we can go up to 9, it looks like. And we need an axe, and then we can do 2 different sapling types. Let's see. I wonder what the red is. Maybe the purple is what it'll plant, but the red is what it'll chop. So if we grab you, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's some creepies in the forest over here. Need to make some more use of our fancy light ring. Let's see. So we guess we gotta go 1 block out and out from there. There we go. So that at a range of 9 should be pretty good. Okay. So we're going to need to get power and items from here. So we can have the power come up like that. And then we'll throw the coal generator down there. Throw some charcoal in there. And then we will need to have items go into a electric furnace. Oop. Can't say no to some coal. Even though we're going to have as much charcoal as we can know what to do with here pretty quick, hopefully. Make sure to throw the light ring down. Okay, so we got the coal generator, electric furnace, and then if we bring item pipe down like that, so we have a output, come on, there we go, output servo there. It's getting power, it should be able to bring charcoal down there. Then here we have another output servo. And say, this might be a spot we want a retrieving servo. Yeah, I think we're going to want to go get a retrieving servo. I'm wondering if we want to... Well, this is already not a plantable space, so it doesn't hurt to do a item pipe here. And we're going to want a retriever. Okay, so we're going to need a space for some chests. We'll just bring it around the back here for now. And we are going to put a output servo on here too. The reason for the output servo is so it can pull any of the collected items. We can hide the range now. It can pull any of the collected items and push them into the chest. But then apparently you can cover up item pipe, I guess. Let's see, cable. I want the item pipe. So I want the retriever to whitelist oak logs. So no matter where they show up, they should get pulled from there. And then we want a output servo to output everything else into the chest. So if we get, can we drop the logs into here? No. Throw the logs in over here. They should get pulled in. And we'll set this. Okay, here we go. So we can do input. And then the bottom is the output. So if we do that, there we go. So now we're generating charcoal. And that charcoal, we should be able to set a whitelist and export the charcoal. So then we're probably going to need to set this side as an input down here. Yeah, there you go. So 22, nothing. So this should now pull charcoal down there, which should be essentially a automatic tree farm and self-sufficient with power. We are going to want to blacklist saplings from coming out. That way they stay in here, I think. I'm not sure exactly how that works because I haven't seen it try and chop something down yet. We know it has because we've pulled some timber in here. But with that set up, this should act as a buffer, and we can expand that buffer a little bit, should we desire. Let's grab a piece of dirt and throw that down there. So that should be plenty of buffer, so now this should just be able to continue to work and grow trees. We have some bones. We can throw in some bone meal and watch it do that. We may decide to speed this thing up too by upgrading it. So now when that ticks, that bone meal should trigger. So if we look at the choppers, we can see that speed is 2.5 seconds, goes down to 2, 1.5, down to 1 second. That takes up to 128 energy a tick, whereas this is 16 energy a tick. And this is going to be running in the background, so it should be fine. Not sure exactly what its priority for chopping is. Maybe it tries to plant if it can plant. I don't know. But we did see it generate some logs. We've generated some sticks. This chopper should now be self-sufficient with the furnace and the coal generator. It should also then hopefully create more logs than it needs to sustain itself. And then we should also be able to use that to power a farmer downstairs, which we can dig out dig out an area that matches what this one's range is. And then we can use that to farm carrots and wheat, and then we can feed that into a rancher, which we can use to farm up some food. Then once we have that, then we'll be able to fill our lunchbox with some better food than honey bottles and fish that we've been finding in the dungeon. And that should be a very helpful thing. During all this processing, I also upgraded the compressor so it's functioning a bit faster because it's quite slow when it's on tier 1. Tier 2 is much nicer. So we'll probably be looking to do some of that with the rest of this stuff as well. I don't think we can upgrade the coal generator. Let's try that real quick. Let's get a Mark II. Well, we've managed to get a jungle tree chop down here. So I can only imagine that that's because this red range is how far it chops versus the purple range being how far it'll grow, probably to ensure you don't end up with leaves like this. And it definitely does look like it's chopped there. So I don't know if it goes through a cycle of planting and then it's looking for a cycle of chopping or quite how that works, but We did get some jungle logs, and we can manually throw those into the electric furnace. We can manually throw them in because it's not going to normally get there once we get moving, so we don't need to adjust the filter. Okay, it looks like coal generators do not accept Tier 2 upgrades. A Tier 2 chopper costs 32 energy a second, and a coal generator produces 24 to 36, depending on how heated it is. So if we want to run a second thing off this farm, or off this generator, we may need to add a second generator downstairs, but I think that's fine. I think getting a unlimited amount of charcoal and coal is probably going to be very beneficial to us. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade this chopper to Tier 2. And then I guess we could get some speed upgrades. So we did see some logs coming in. So that's a great sign, which they're going to get put in storage because we have the electric furnace running manually there. And I do have a battery, so I'm going to jump down here and throw that in line. And we should be able to make sure that it's output at the top. And we're going to want to input from the bottom. We'll probably give each farm setup its own battery, so when we get to the farmer and the rancher, they'll probably have their own batteries, just to be on the safe side. Yes, and we also get apples and all sorts of good stuff here. Sweet. After a little bit of digging, here we are on the bottom of the tree farm. We have a quarter of what we're going to have as our farm dug out. We have just the power cable kind of run up and along the ceiling into the farmer. And then we have a retriever that we have set to seeds and carrots. So it'll pull those back in from the storage over here. And then carrots are a little tricky because we can't have them siphoned off into another chest like we can with wheat. So we could have and we need one item pipe. So we can throw down this item pipe and we can have an output servo and whitelist wheat. So wheat can go over here, so this chest will fill up with seeds and carrots. And we may just end up standardizing on cows, but I feel like having a variety of food with the fabric, or not the fabric, the Spice of Life mod is going to be beneficial. So we should be able to throw the carrot and the seeds in. Oh, this goes to range 10. That's why my counting was off earlier. That should be okay. And maybe we need to till for it. You can see if we show the range, we are within the area. We might need to drop this down a block. Let's till... Okay, no, that's throwing stuff in. I wonder if we are going to need to add water ourselves. We might need to... It looks like we will. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. So if we have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll drop it down to a range of 8. So if we did that, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we want range of 9. Because water will reach 4 from each side. If we do that, and then we do on the 5th block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We dig this up and throw some water in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We put water there. Now, we can just... This is twice as... close as it needs to be. So I guess actually we don't need this one there. Do we? So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we would need a middle one. So this should be able to cover this whole area. We could always just not have anything planted in the cardinal directions from the farmer. It's another option that we have. But this should now produce food for us. At least wheat and well, I don't see the carrot getting planted, but the seeds are getting planted. Are there carrot seeds in this mod pack? Doesn't look like it. So we have wheat, pumpkin, melon, beetroot, ender orchid. Oh, cool, ender pearl. Tomato, cursed, XP, flax, and cabbage. Okay. But that gets us wheat, so we can at least start breeding some cows. And then if we take steak, what kind of recipes can we do with steak? We can make stuffed potatoes, steak and potatoes, and barbecue on a stick. What about pork chops? Barbecue on a stick. Okay. Well, it doesn't really seem like there's any reason to produce carrots other than for the carrots themselves. But I think that will do it for this episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you'll tune in for the next episode. Have a great day, and remember to keep smiling.